Okay. Good morning, Nimkish. This is going to be lesson number 2. We're going to work with a different key and just basically deal with just playing, so just trying to create a song today, some simple chords. I'm going to use my acoustic. I'm not going to use the PA. That took so long. I don't want to be taking up your time. I'm just going to give you some lessons. So, I'm going to put a blue screen. Hopefully I can get a close-up of the guitar, the frets as I'm playing on the blue screen. So this is my little Epiphone. A friend of mine bought it for me for Christmas. That was nice when I was injured. And I have a pick this time. See? Pick, 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 pick. Anyway, I'll just quickly check if I'm in tune. Okay, where was I? So I'm going to do something, we'll keep it shorter today. Tomorrow's family day in Alberta, so I get a day off, a pay, optional day off. So that's the key of E. I'm tuning A harps go with the key of E. You can play it on G and C and D when you're working with E as the major root chord, the first root. When I talked last week about going up to the 5th, which is A major, then the 7th, which is B major for the blues. That's the key of E, right? E major. So today, I'm going to tune that. So remember tuning down. Okay, go up to the 5th fret again on top, low E. Sounds pretty good. Do my harmonics, which is the 12th to the 7th, and A from E on the low E, 12th fret to the 7th fret on the A string. You get that harmonic E, right? 12th to the 7th on the A. That sounds pretty good in tune. So I'm going to go to A to D now. 5th fret, A string. The note is D. To tune it to the open string. Sounds pretty good. Low off. Tune it down. Harmonics. Sounds pretty good. G, 5th note, the 5th G note, 5th fret on the D string to the open 3rd string up from the bottom. G string, G. Then you go to the 4th fret on G for B for the 2nd string from the bottom. Tune down. That sounds pretty good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you just a major scale. So here you got a case of C or G. We're going to work in the keys of G and C, which is the 5th, and D, which is the 7th. That's the key we're going to work in today, just so because they're easy chords too. But G, so if you got the key of G major scale is G. See? That's an octave. Now that's in key of G. Now if you move up to G sharp, you can do the same octave with the same fingering. So the major scale in G sharp is the same fingering. Key of A, major scale. Key of B, A sharp, B flat. Key, yeah. No, A, B, yeah, B flat, A sharp. Right, okay. And then key of B. C. C sharp, D flat. B, D, D. D flat, E. And the key back to the key of E again, E major scale. And you work your way back down, right? You go. Keep working way down. So that's the major scale when you're dealing with each chord, right? You have the key, right? Key E major, right? And then the fifth would be A and B. Then you got F major, which then would be the fifth would be A sharp and C. No, C. So that's like, hey, hey, get off my cloud, right? Hey, so those, so like, see, a lot of songs are written around the key. A lot of songs are written around the keys of, like, you know, the G, like with the first root G, then that would C would be the fifth, D would be the seventh. So we're going to, key of G is pretty easy. So you got your open string, strings, right, which has a distinct sound from the tune. You take your baby. Yeah, you can take. Yeah, that's right. So you take your third string, go to the third fret. You play the G note, high G, and you go to the. Well, actually, it's a baby string. Sorry. Take your baby finger to high G. Your second finger, third finger, go to the key, note B, which is right here. The third finger here. It would go to the note G, so that's the key of G major. So that's the root today we're going to play in, G. There's a lot of country songs. Willie Dixon wrote a song called In the Key of G, tons of songs. Then the fifth would be C. Remember C we did last week with that E major blues chord? So C is the key note C, the second finger would be E, third finger would be C, and everything else is open. So the C is on the A string, E is on the D string, C is on the B string, and the E, G, and the low E are open. So that's C. That's the fifth to the open root, first root G. And if you so you go. I'm a coal miner from Pittsburgh, and I'm looking for a meal. I'm a coal miner from Pittsburgh, and I'm looking for a meal. And then you go to the key of D. Remember D last week? So we got D, which is the first string is on the note A. The third finger is on the note D, and the second finger is on the note F sharp. So that's key major. That would be the turnaround to the seventh root chord to the turnaround in the key of E. Like B was the turnaround in the key of, D was the turnaround in the key of G, B is the turnaround in the key of E major, which we did last week. I'm a coal miner looking for a meal. So key of G. I'm a coal miner from Pittsburgh. I'm going to sea, looking for a meal. See, I'm a coal miner from Pittsburgh. I'm looking for a meal. My voice is a little off today. Then D. And I'm going up to Chicago to sing and play the blues. Something like that. Anyway, that's a key of G. So that's something. What else? So key of G. We'll go back to that again. We're doing something. I gotta get in tune here. I'm not quite in tune. My voice is doing a vocal. Okay. See that? Is that okay? So key of G is a baby finger on G, bottom string, high E, which is high E string. The third finger is on B, and the second finger is on B, and the third finger is on low G. That's the key of G. You can go then you can go into more bluesy. You can go take the baby finger off, put the first finger, and that's G7. Right? G. Oh, won't you have a slice of Mom? Then you got C. Then you have the baby finger to the G string, but it's key of A, the key note A sharp. That's C major 7. G, right? G7. Then D7, which is a backwards D almost. Right? So you got those two the E string and the G string, those notes. But instead of playing D here, you play C. That's D major 7. Back to G. Okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Let's have a slice of Mom's apple pie. Yeah, let's have a slice of Mom's apple pie. See me. And the world is flat, no, it's round. The world is flat, no, it's round. Can't you see the way you're hurting me? Let's have a slice of Mom's apple pie. Let's have a slice of Mom's apple pie. And I miss you every day. Won't you have a slice of pie with me? Well, I miss you every day. Have a slice of pie with me. D7. We can have a slice of Mom's apple pie. Something like that. So that's in the key of G. And that's an old song. I'm just using my own songs I played, stuff like that. So remember the note G. We could take do two major scales in the key of G when you're doing your fingering, right? So you did the first one. So and just play that again. Oops, sorry. So you finish the first scale. Okay, we'll start from top. Sorry, Nimkish. That scale in the piano is the same. I mean, the guitar is the same on every fret, right? For G flat F sharp, it would be like this. The F would be different. It's hard to play it. You got to play up here. Yeah? Yeah, that's F. Oops. Oops. So that's a major scale, so we're going to show you the chords, right? So just thought, so if you, any fret you play in, you play G, you go up to the fifth from that, so G sharp, A flat, A, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's C, G, 7 is D. So, but down here it's like here, right? G, C, that's the fifth. D, 7th is D, right? 5th is C, right? C up here, right? And all you're doing when you're making these bar chords, you're taking that E major you learned last week, remember? Where the second finger's on G sharp, the third finger's on E, the baby finger's on E, and the third finger's on C, and everything else, I mean B, that's E major. Now if you take that up, slide it up, and put your finger there, that's F major. F sharp, B flat major. G major, right? G sharp major. A major. Sorry. A sharp major, B flat major. B major, right? C, right? C sharp, D flat. D, right? D sharp, D flat. E, right? So that's the major. So I think when you're doing those major scales, if you're in a certain key, if you're in the key of playing a song in the key of G sharp, right? So you go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you can see that C sharp, G sharp, C sharp. That's the fifth. Then D sharp's the seventh, right? That's like, so if the song is in the key of F, right, down here, F with the fingering is down here. You take for here, you cover those two. First fret, you cover those C and F note. Then you take your second finger, you hit the A note. Third finger, you hit the F note. That's key of F down here, right? But you could also do it with that major scale or major chord I taught you. F, right? Different. F, right? So if it's F, then it would be like A sharp, C. So that's the key of, so it's everything kind of similar and familiar. Like it's just a matter of understanding as the frets. You're going through different frets. The songs, major songs are like the first, the fifth, and the seventh. Now you can go into different relatives. The relative chord for G then you go to A major. So that relatives is a little complex. It's kind of like there's like the fourth fret down from the root. So for the key of G, it would be E. I mean E major. E major is let's forget about that part of last time. I'm confused. My brain is really screwed up from my concussion. But I think you got the key of G. You can work songs now in the key of G, and that's that. Right? So you also, if you got a piano, right? Make sure the volume's down. You can tune to the piano, right? So here's what I'm tuning to the piano, right? So key of E sounds pretty good. A. Good. D. Good. G. B. C. E again. So we're doing pretty good there. The key of G. That's just getting that open strings together. So we're going to do a little song here in key of G. not too sure what I'm going to play. It's something your mom wrote. It's sort of a G, augmented G. I wrote the music. She did the Faces song. It's called Faces. It's the key of G, but you take your baby finger and your third finger and you cover the G and D string, and then you take your first finger and you go to B here. Then the third finger you go to G, to the low G. It's sort of an augmented G, sort of a G minor 7 or G. Then all you go to the next chord song, you just take these two fingers and go to C, but you keep the baby finger and the fourth finger, right? It's called Faces. It's from a painting called Michael Whiteloom. I'm going to probably not say it properly, sing it probably, but she has some great ideas. She has a great lyrics for making songs, your mother. Okay, so here it is for Faces. Here's G, D. The notes D, G, G in the third fret. Take your first finger, you hit B, which is on the A string. Third finger is G. Okay. To get the change, all you have to do to get the change is taking the C, and you go to F, which is the 7th for G, for the key of G, right? It's a relative, so it's a nice. Maybe I'm playing the key of C, but it's inverse. So it's key of C. We're starting in the key of G. I see their faces as he's standing there, and with his lady so fair in those eyes, I see the eyes of faces. And with a braid in her hair, he stood so proud, and they were standing so proud. They saw the faces of the great Creator and the angels too. And the unknown soldier stands so tall, you see their faces. The wind was in her hair, and we saw his faces, everything was in their place. We saw faces. You see the faces, everybody's in the place. See the faces, see the faces. I see the faces. They're standing in the place with the braid in her hair, the braid in her hair, looking for the Great Spirit to protect us every night and day. We see his face, we see her face, everyone's in their place. And the unknown soldier stands so proud. The unknown soldier stands so proud. And we see the faces. We see the faces. Something like that. It's been so long I played that song. Your mother would sing it, and I would play the guitar. And we're lucky we'd have someone playing lead, or I could play lead, but usually I'm just playing with it because it's just two of us. But we played that song. It's called Faces. Your mother, it came from a painting. I'm going to put it on the blue screen. by the late Michael Whiteloom. Michael Whiteloom, I first met Michael Whiteloom in 1985 with the Spirit Song Native Indian Theatre Company, where I was working on a summer program when I was in university. And him and another guy, Steve, what's his name? Hey, Della Jones now is a prominent member in the Down East Side. He's a really great guy. He's mentally handicapped, but he's a wonderful man. Anyway, Michael and this native disabled man didn't get hired by Spirit Song because the lady, I'm not going to mention names, didn't want to hire them because they thought it'd be hard and it'd be bad representation. It was just like Michael was a very talented visual artist, and they will show the painting there. And this other guy, Steve, it was just a wonderful socially communicative person, a very positive attitude, even though he was, had a disability. So Michael Whiteloom died of aqua velva poisoning. So that song really came out of his painting, Faces. We both played it, book in Argentine. It was in my film, Seven Fires film, sort of. Didn't get a great angle on it, but that was then. Anyway, that's key of G, okay, in major scales, up and down, right? You have to get a song. I'll have to find a songbook, or like, you get a songbook on guitar, then you can learn all the scales, right, and all that, right? When I went to university, let me see if I have it here. I got rid of it. Here it is. What I had these. It's called the music kit now. Actually, the music kit, right? And these are like for rhythm, either, right? So you go through different. This is university, so going through different scales, right? Right. Well, you see it. It's pretty hot. I'll put it up on the. And these are songs, right? You can learn, right? So, scorebook. So this is a really great book. Traditional folk songs, right? First Noel, Silent Night, right? Well, so we'll get into that as I get better, because I always need practice every day, right? Days I don't play. Months I haven't played because of just my life, right? Just tired from work, or just dealing with this social existence of being an Aboriginal in this country, which of course your mom is a prominent activist and speaker of helper of less fortunate people, and I learned so much off your mother through my time. And anyway, I miss all you guys. Lessons. God bless you. Take care. Bye bye.
We're short of horse, so.
The revolution of the revolution of the people of the slightly left.
Where's my bushman? Where's my bushman? We made a real something down for this on the land.
That'd be your